Discover the wisdom of Sufism and experience teachings and practices that can liberate your soul through a profoundly intimate relationship with the divine. There's a reason that a 13th-century Persian mystic is the top-selling poet in the world. It's because Jalaluddin Rumi experienced the flowering of divinity in human form. He showed us how to touch the tender heart of God. When we read his poems, our hearts thrill to his passionate outpourings of love and devotion in his poetry, and through his living example, Rumi shows us how to birth ourselves as divine humans, a journey that leads us through a great symbolic death and into an ecstatic incarnation overflowing with creativity, passion and energy. Rumi illuminates how we can abandon ourselves into the arms of love and joyously live in humble service to all beings. He gifts us with an overwhelming love that culminates in an experience of divine passion, which becomes embodied in the very cells of our being, giving us the energy and intensity to accomplish superhuman works in the world, both artistically and in service to others. Rumi offers us a spiritual way of fire, a way of being so possessed by divine passion that we become a channel to unleash a torrent of ecstatic love into the world. But gentle flames are not enough for iron, it eagerly draws to itself the fiery dragon's breath. That iron is the dervish who bears hardship under the hammer and fire, he happily glows red. Rumi also reveals the true heart of Islam, an understanding which is so desperately needed in the world today. Those who desire to truly comprehend Islam can simply immerse themselves in the rapturous words of this great Sufi poet. In this exciting free teleseminar event, mystic scholar Andrew Harvey, who's written and edited more than 30 books, will bring alive the core spiritual teachings of Rumi and the mystical initiation he experienced, and allow you to see his breathtaking body of work through fresh eyes. This evening event will be a poetic call to action of the Sacred Heart that illuminates your own spiritual transformation. Andrew will reveal what we all can learn from the words of this great seer and lover of life. Andrew's passionate discourse will give you a renewed appreciation for Rumi and open you more deeply to his tender words of devotion to the divine. You'll also come away with a better understanding of the beauty and power that are the hallmarks of the Sufi mystical tradition. Join this event and you will hear Andrew read and interpret 2 Rumi poems that deal with the dark night and divine passion. 2 fundamental themes of his work: receive the practice of remembrance to experience the embodied presence of the divine inside yourself, explore the transcendent love between Rumi and Shams, his spiritual mentor and divine friend, better understand the passion that is the great contribution of Islam, and its authentic expression represented by the inner death one must experience before embracing and inhabiting the ecstatic love that Rumi so perfectly embodied. Gain key insights into how to heal our skewed perceptions of Islam. You'll also be one of the first to hear about a brand new course that takes this poetic initiation into the fire of grace much further. Even if you are not able to attend live, please do register so we can give you access to the recording after the event. And please help us spread the word to Rumi lovers everywhere. As we progress ever more deeply into a multifaceted global crisis, the words of Rumi offer precious wisdom to help us navigate our way back to the light of the divine in a way no other poetry can. What people are saying about Andrew Harvey. Every age has its teachers who keep the eternal truths alive for all of us. And when a generation is very, very lucky, it encounters a teacher so illumined that the words he delivers must be illumined as well. In the case of Andrew Harvey, the light he sheds is like a meteor burst across the inner sky. Marianne Williamson, author of Everyday Grace. Andrew is a genius and an inspired visionary who has the ability to interpret the meaning and significance of the chaos and patterns of change that are redirecting the compass of our contemporary culture. Caroline Mace, author of Anatomy of the Spirit and Sacred Contracts. Using humor, passion and analysis, Andrew Harvey challenges us to wake up and get up off of our couches to become the spiritual activists we all can be. A powerful, provocative, prophetic appeal to sanity and activism for our apocalyptic times. Reverend Matthew Fox, author of Creation Spirituality and founder of Wisdom University. Andrew Harvey's sacred activism is a corrective to the doomsayers and do-nothings who are part of our problems. He is a modern version of a fiery, Old Testament prophet, whose words were ignored at great peril. We must attend to Andrew Harvey's message. Not only will it help us humans regain our sanity, it just might save our skins. Larry Dossey, MD, author of The Extraordinary Healing Power of Ordinary Things about Andrew Harvey. Andrew Harvey is an author, speaker and founder/director of the Institute of Sacred Activism, an international organization focused on inviting concerned people to take up the challenge of our contemporary global crises by becoming inspired, effective and practical agents of institutional and systemic change in order to create peace and sustainability. Andrew Harvey has taught at Oxford University, Cornell University, Hobart, and William Smith Colleges, the California Institute of Integral Studies and the University of Creation Spirituality, as well as at various spiritual centers throughout the U.S. He was the subject of the 1993 BBC film documentary, The Making of a Modern Mystic, and appears also in Rumi Turning Ecstatic and the Consciousness of the Christ, Reclaiming Jesus for a New Humanity. He is co-author of the best-selling The Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, and has worked with the great Iranian Sufi dancer, Bonifay Sawai, in producing a film, In the Fire of Grace, which marries Sufi-inspired dances to the stages of Rumi's understanding of the path of divine love. He has written and edited over 30 books and received many awards, including the Benjamin Franklin Award and the Mind Body Spirit Award. Let's block ads. Why?